Alright, what's going on, guys? It's GCP here, and as someone who would consider themselves a healthcare professional, because it is my occupation as a registered nurse, I normally don't talk about that, but this whole pandemic with the COVID-19 has become somewhat of a global phenomenon, and not in a good way, because any disease out there, especially when it has that much effect on different types of populations, is always something to be really cautious of and something to be really aware of. And although there is a lot of doom and, grim news that is going on in the world in regards to this, I believe that it's important to keep yourself educated about how to properly deal with this virus. Now, I've come across a lot of not only videos, but I've come across a lot of news and articles and just watching and listening to people regarding this virus and how to deal with it. And I personally wanted to give my take on it and also let you guys know some of the things that we all can do to properly get through this together, how to protect ourselves, what to expect from it, and some of those things. So I'm going to go over some of those things in today's video so that way you guys are educated as well, if you guys are not already, because there's a lot of information already out there that we can educate ourselves with, but it seems like not enough people know exactly what it is exactly and how to actually contain it and how to deal with it. So that's what I'm going to be going over in today's video. So let's get started. Some of the symptoms that we can expect from this virus is fever, cough, difficulty breathing, or shortness of breath. The illness causes lung lesions and pneumonia. But for milder cases, again, what I just said are mainly for those of us who are a lot older, or if you see this in some of your family members who are older or immunocompromised. Those are the types of people that should be a little more worried about this virus, because it will affect them and give them a little more complication than those of us who have already an immune system that is quite strong, or we're young, so we don't really have to worry about it as much. But for milder cases, it basically resembles the flu or a bad cold, which makes, detection very difficult. So it might seem like a normal flu to those of us who have already a strong immune system. Symptoms may appear in as few as 2 days or as long as 14 days after being exposed to the virus. Some of the things that we could do as far as treatment goes, for mild cases, we should have a lot of rest, drink plenty of fluids while the immune system heals by itself, because as we know, there's not a vaccine available to be able to build that immunity up. What a vaccine does, for those of you guys who do not know what it is or what it does exactly, is it builds antibodies within your immune system to be able to combat the disease. So that is exactly what that vaccine is for. It's not a cure. It's to build antibodies to help you fight those illnesses. Okay? So your immune system will fight it off by itself. I would personally recommend that you take a lot of vitamin C, at least 1,000 milligrams each and every day. I do that anyways with my supplements and vitamins that I take. If you have not already started taking vitamin C to build up your immune system, I would definitely recommend that. Drink plenty of fluids again, water, herbal teas as well. All of these things are going to help boost your immune system, because that is your best chance of fighting off this virus. How to protect ourselves? That's a good question, because a lot of us just don't know what the best thing to do is. A lot of us are panicking about this stuff. And honestly, I don't think that it is something that we should panic about, but we do need to be smart about it. So the best thing that any of us can do is to avoid getting infected by following just the same general guidelines as the flu, which is to wash your hands frequently throughout the day, avoid touching your face, and also maintain a distance of at least 6 feet from anyone who is, symptomatic, is coughing or sneezing or has a temperature, anything like that. Just avoid as much exposure to those types of people or around those people. And also another thing that the CDC recommended, and also the White House said, is to avoid large crowds or crowds of at least 10 to 50 around that. So, avoid going to bars, clubs, restaurants, The gym, I stopped going to the gym as of, well, the other day because they actually closed down my gym, which is a good thing because they are taking it seriously. And, I'm going to start working out from home. Even though I'm a regular at the gym, I'm going to start working out from home. I do have Insanity as a DVD workout. I also have P90X. So I'm going to get back into that. I've done these a long time ago. I mean, a long time ago when I was a teenager. And, it's going to bring me back those memories of using some of these home workout DVDs. But that should be pretty interesting. But don't also make this an excuse to just sit and be lazy and get fat. Be active, be healthy, and also be productive. That's another thing. What are you going to do when you have all this time, especially for those of you guys who are working from home? Maybe, you don't work in a hospital or in a healthcare facility where it's open 24 hours like I do. And maybe you're being forced to work from home because your job has closed down, something like that. Or if you're in school, your school has closed down. How can you be productive? Well, one of the things that I would say or recommend is learn something, learn something new on YouTube or on the web. There's a whole lot of resources that we can use to be able to build on our skill set or improve in an area maybe that we're weak in or we need to improve in. Of course you can game. For us as gamers, especially me as a gamer, gaming is a great thing. If we're content creators, make as much content as you can and try to get your stuff out there. Try to get some sort of exposure. Try to improve in areas of your editing or your video making skills, something like that, and just have a blast with it. And it doesn't have to be such a negative thing, the fact that you're just stuck at home. You can always make it a positive thing, catch up on TV shows or episodes of, your favorite, anime or, something like that, or watch movies that you've wanted to always watch. There's always something to do. Don't just get bored sitting at home thinking, oh my goodness, like this is such a bad thing. Like I can't do anything. Like there's always something that you can do at home in order to be productive. Another thing that is kind of crazy and I've been seeing all over social media is the fact that people have been panic buying toilet paper, which has nothing to do with the virus. I mean, it doesn't give you diarrhea. It doesn't give you any of that stuff. So I don't understand the need for having, toilet paper bought in bulk. Another thing is people are buying tons of water bottles, eggs as well, milk. Like what? Some of that stuff actually expires. So I don't understand the whole buying in bulk for that stuff. I mean, I don't get it. Sanitizers also, disinfectants. People are just going crazy with this stuff. I mean, just the other day I was at Walmart and I was seeing some of the shelves of, also chicken. Some of these things were just like empty. And I was like, wow, like why? Why is everybody panic buying? You're not going to be imprisoned in your house, so you don't need to stock up on all these things. Leave some of these things for other people out there who need to buy it as well. So that's also something very, very important to keep in mind. I mean, just don't go crazy out there, panic buy, and, also just have this state of mind where you're in total anxiety about getting the virus. Now, like I said before, if you have already a great immune system, you're young, you don't have to worry about it. You're going to be probably self-quarantined for about a course of around 14 days or so, but you'll be fine. You're going to survive it. We should, however, think about our family members who are older, like our parents or other loved ones who are maybe immunocompromised. So for their sake, try not to get yourself exposed and, transfer it over to them who might not be able to fight off this virus or this illness as well as we can, who have better immune systems. But anyways, those were some of my thoughts on this virus. Again, don't panic, but also take precautions to be smart at the same time. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, if you guys found it informative, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload. And with that being said, this is GCP, signing off.